This is the fastest possible way to level alchemy in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and you can do this at the very start of the game as soon as you're done with the tutorial. So we are right here in Troskowitz, and right now if you fast travel here or whenever you spawn in, this is what your game is going to look like. There is the inn on the left, you have the carpenter on the right, and we want to go down towards the west here and kind of hang out in this alchemy shop, because right through here with this White House with like the point, you have your first ever alchemy bench, and you have everything you need literally right outside your doorstep. Let me show you how we're going to do this. Now, out of everything in the game that you can craft, there is one thing that you can cook the fastest and in a certain way that goes against the recipe, but it works anyway, and it is useful the entire game, and that is healing potions. And these also sell insanely well if you want to do money the honest way. There's better ways to make money, but we need marigold and nettle, and right outside of your alchemy shack is marigold. The game is literally programmed for you to power level this. And why would you want to power level alchemy, you may ask? Well, at level 16, you can craft what is called Henry quality potions. These are super quality potions, and there is one in particular that gives you a 50% XP boost to everything you do in the game, and so you absolutely want to craft this ASAP so that you can power level your character up and have all your skills level that much faster, because it really cuts down on the grind. Now, right here is the alchemy shop if you're facing southeast. Let me show you where we're at on the map. Alright, here's the fast travel, and then here is the alchemy area. And right in front of the alchemist here is more marigold. And this is plenty of marigold. This stuff is everywhere. It's a very common orange flower. You can find it all over the place. Now, you may be thinking, well, we got plenty of marigold, but what about nettle? Nettle's a little bit harder to spot, but there's plenty around us. And it usually grows against things, like especially in town here. So we're looking for just kind of like tall leafy plants, right? And let me kind of show you. We're just going to hop the fence here. And again, you're just looking at the edges of buildings and stuff, right? So if we go, like, say, over here, you see these tall green leafy things. Again, they're a little bit hard to see, but this is what it looks like up close. They got, like, spiked ridges. They look like a saw blade, kind of, sort of. And that's nettle. And it's literally all over the place. You just run around town. You'll have hundreds of these. And when you craft potions, you want to make sure they're fresh. So I wouldn't spend too long gathering herbs or anything of the sort. Just run around town, grab all the marigold you see and all the nettle, and then let's get to crafting. Now, if you want another really good spot for nettle, because there's a lot here, let me show you on the map. So here's our alchemy bench. You go just west where this little pin is, and right outside here along the road, there is a ton of nettle. I've already picked it up, all right in here. And again, you can see just really big stacks of nettle. It is all over the freaking place. Now, just to note, if you want to know how long it takes for the herbs to respawn, it is 1 in-game week, and you cannot be in the area or they won't repopulate. So now that you have your marigold and nettle, and again, this stuff is common and it's everywhere. So if you do run out, you can always just kind of roam around randomly. You'll find it all over the damn place. So let's get started, and you don't need the recipe to do this, and if you do have the recipe, you don't even need to follow it. Now, when you activate the alchemy table, a lot of people don't know this, but if you go to your book and you do have the recipe for it, all you have to do is hold E, and it will automatically prepare the ingredients, and that is the marigold deduction. So I'm just going to hold E, and that automatically puts everything I need right here on the shelf, which is nettle and marigold. Now, there is something bad about this, is it might not use the freshest ingredients. Now, since we just picked the marigold and the nettle, it's going to be fresh anyway, but you don't want to use non-fresh ingredients. You want to use the freshest stuff you got, alright? And so, again, we're not following the recipe book because we don't need to craft the good stuff. The recipe book is only to craft perfect stuff, and we don't need to be perfect. Now, there's guides all over the internet that tell you just craft the weak version because it's the fastest thing to craft, and while they're not wrong that it's the fastest thing to craft, it only takes a few extra seconds to craft the strong version, which gives you almost double the XP, and you'll be using it the entire game. So let me show you the recipe. So real quick, this is what the recipe looks like. You're going to pour the water in, lower the cauldron. This is going to get the water boiling. Then you throw in 1 nettle. You're going to flip the hourglass, and you have to do this. If you skip this step, even though I know an hourglass is just 10 seconds, it's the animation time of flipping the hourglass that counts. Alright? We're going to then throw in 2 marigold onto the mortar, but we're not going to grind it. We're just going to add it. And within that time, about 10 to 12 seconds will have passed. We're then going to raise the cauldron, which the water will still be hot but not boiling. We grind the marigold and then toss it in, and then we pour it. And the actual recipe calls for boiling for 20 seconds, but we don't need to do it. Like 12 seconds is more than enough. So let me show you how to do that in action here. And once you get a rhythm of this, it's insanely fast. So right now the cauldron is raised. That's its default state. We're going to grab the water, and it's going to pour it in. So there we go. Glug, glug, glug. That is way more water than fits in that jug, by the way. Anyway, and now we're going to move the water down, which immediately starts boiling it. There we go. We're going to go ahead and toss in the nettle, and you have to do this part, very fluidly. So throw in the nettle. It's boiling. We're going to then flip the hourglass. We're going to take the marigold, 1 fistful, throw it in the mortar. There we go. Hooah. Another fistful, throw it into the mortar. Now we're going to raise the pot. There we go. Get off that heat. And now we're going to grind the mortar. And you can see this is a very quick process. It gives double the XP of the weak one, and you get 3 strong potions that you can use in your adventures. We're then going to immediately drop that sucker in, dust it on in there, and then we're going to use the file here. And there we go. Grab that bottle and then pour it. And that is 3 strong healing potions, which is about, it's like 120, 130 XP every time you do this. So there we go. Pretty simple stuff. And you're going to repeat this to level 16. Now, I want to mention that craft we just did for your alchemy gives you more XP than reading the Tier 1 alchemy books. So don't waste time reading the alchemy book. Just craft the damn potions. I want to talk about a few of the perks that'll help us out on our leveling process. Now, I do want to mention one thing here, Secret of Matter. It's going to give you 1 extra potion whenever you craft. This lowers your XP by 10. But you get 1 extra potion which you can sell or use. So it's up to you if you want to learn this now or if you want to hold on to this before learning it so that you can get 10 extra XP every single time. Me, I want the extra potion every time, so I'm going to learn it. 10 XP loss is not a big deal to me. Now, one thing you could do to speed this process up is under Scholarship. You can do Wonders of Nature, and that's going to give you a 20% boost to Survival and Alchemy. So I highly recommend that. Because, it's just going to speed everything up. And you won't have this available at the very start of the game, but as you play, you will eventually get some scholarship levels, especially if you're stealing and reading other books. Now, do note that the perk we are after is level 16, and it's called Secret of Secrets. This lets you brew the Henry quality potions. So how long will it take to level to 16? Now, this character has barely done any alchemy at all, so I'm not exactly starting from scratch, but I want to talk about one thing. Under main level, at level 14, when you hit level 14, which you can do really, really fast, I have a video that explains how to power level incredibly quickly, completely AFK, by the way, but at level 14, you can learn the skill Pacifist, which gives your non-combat skills a +2, and so that means my alchemy is technically level 8, even though it would normally be level 6, which you can still learn the perk points even with that little boost there. So, it's really, really useful. But I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. My alchemy is level 8. I'm 150 out of 290 XP. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little timer. It's going to look like this. And I'm going to just time how long it takes until I hit level 16. Alright, so it takes a little over 1 minute per craft so far. And let's see if I did it right, because if you make mistakes, whatever, yeah, there we go. Now we're getting 4 potions. So yeah, about 1 minute and 15 seconds. Alright, so here I am, 17 minutes in, and let me leave the table here. And I'll show you, I think we're level 14 at the moment, so we're almost there. And yeah, you can knock this out in under 30 minutes. So skills, yeah, alchemy is level 14. I've got 3 perk points to spend. And this is important because at level 14 you get Secret of Matter 2, which now you get 3 extra potions instead of 1, so you definitely want to pick that up. Alright, and there it is, level 16. It took me about 23 minutes. Now, I did make one mistake. I forgot to flip the damn hourglass on one of my crafts, and I only got the regular marigold deduction. But also, do note, I have pacifist, so I'm starting at level 8 instead of level 6. It really depends on, you know, where you're starting at. It may take you a bit longer. It may take you not as long. It again, depends on how good you're doing it and if you get into the flow of things. But it's, again, this is no time at all to hit level 16. Alright, now that you are level 16, you have the Secret of Secrets perk unlocked. Make sure you do go and learn it. You're going to need 1 nettle, 1 St. John's wort, 1 belladonna, and 1 charcoal. And the quickest way to get these is to simply just buy them right here at the Alchemist. Though you do want them fresh as well, and I'll show you where to get them. You already know where to get nettle. Let's get the other stuff. For the charcoal location, again, we're just going to go to the apothecary here. And we're just going to buy some real quick. And you have plenty of potions to barter with at this point. So right here, even without perks, I can trade just one of our strong potions. And again, we're crafting 6 at a time for 5 charcoal. And I get some groschen back. So next up is belladonna. Here's the shop. We're going to turn right around and go north out of the shop through this northeastern alleyway. And there's a few over here. And they're a little bit hard to spot. That's wormwood. Let's see, eyebright. Again, they're like against the wall. I might have already looted them in this playthrough, but they're going to be like, there's going to be one right here and then one against this wall. And then if you turn back around and run towards the Alchemist, again, I've already looted these, so I am sorry. You're going to pass this small shack. We're headed southwest. This small shack here. Let's see, is this, that's wormwood again. All right, so yeah, it's this third shack right here. Against kind of the wood and white wall, there's going to be some belladonna against this wall right here. And then if you continue down the road south and southwest just a bit, again, we're just going hard kind of south right now. You're going to see a shrine in the distance here in just a bit. See the tip of that little shrine there? Open your map. And we want to get right there at the corner of this Tetris block field-like thing, right? So we're going to go ahead and just walk right to that corner. Just about right here. We're going to turn towards the north. You're going to see a lot of thistle. This is thistle. And there'll be about 4 more belladonna right in here. But again, for this playthrough, I've already looted it. And I haven't waited a week for it to respawn. Now, St. John's wort, you could just buy the dried version because you don't need all fresh ingredients to get the best potion. However, if you don't want to buy it, the best closest place is actually to the right, just right of Troskowitz, is a fast travel point called Apollonia. And it is literally right as soon as you load in. So let me show you that real quick. So we're just going to, you know, fast travel there. Again, this takes a few seconds. We're just going to skip the random encounter. And as soon as you load in, it's a yellow flower that is just right around. I didn't pick it already on this playthrough, yeah. So we go northeast. It's a little yellow flower just like this. There we go. And it's just along the road here. And this is a more rarer flower. I can't believe there's like guides, other like videos. They're like they have you go all the way across the freaking world to pick this stuff when it's literally right next door to the town where we're gonna craft it. But also, if you travel southwest a bit along the road, again, it's all along the road here. You know, there's plenty, and so again, you don't have to use fresh. You can just use the dried stuff. Now that's not it. It's a little tricky sometimes, but again. It's usually lined along the roads, so let's see, that is not it either, but yeah, I think there was some back over here. Again, I don't need that many. The cool thing is, you know, we craft 6 potions at a time, and these potions that we're about to craft last multiple days. I'm going to go ahead and fast travel back now, and go ahead and show you how to craft it. So here is the recipe, and this is quite a lot of stuff to do, so you're going to, and I'm going to walk you through it, so don't worry, but I just want to tell you, you add the oil, you add the St. John's wort and nettle to the mortar. You're then going to grind both, add it to the cauldron, then lower the cauldron, turn your hourglass, and while that's ticking down, you add the charcoal to the mortar. Then once the hourglass runs out, you turn it again after it empties. Once the hourglass runs out, you raise up the cauldron. Then you grind the charcoal, you add it to the cauldron, you add 1 belladonna to the cauldron, you lower it again, you turn the hourglass, and once that hourglass is empty, you lift the cauldron again, and then you add it to a file. I know this is a lot of steps. We're going to make it together, though. It's real simple once you do it. All right, let's get started here, and just make sure everything is prepared. We're going to open our inventory, and we're going to go ahead and ready the charcoal, the belladonna, the nettle, and we want the fresh stuff here. There we go. And the St. John's wort. Is my belladonna fresh? It's fresh enough. Okay, so yeah, that is everything. Go ahead and confirm. And we're going to add oil to the cauldron here. Here we go. And making sure that my recording software works. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to add the St. John's wort. There we go. I might have misspelt it. It's W-O, not W-A. My bad. And a nettle to the mortar. There we go. That's the nettle. Add it to the mortar. And then we're going to go ahead and grind it. And if you want to be fancy, you can put your ground stuff into the dish so you can just dump it faster. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there we go. Just go ahead and throw the dish there. Awesome stuff. Okay. All right. So, well, I guess we could have just added it to the cauldron. Yeah, whatever. All right. So we ground it. We're going to add it to the cauldron. There we go. In it goes. All right. Now we're going to lower the cauldron. And then we're going to turn the hourglass. And while that's ticking, your charcoal is on this book, right, by the way. I'm going to grab that charcoal. And we're going to add it to the mortar. Now, as soon as this empties, we're going to turn that hourglass again. And there we go. So we turn that again. And then once this empties, we're going to raise the hourglass. Or raise the cauldron, my bad. And then raise the cauldron. All right, now we grind the charcoal. There we go. Grind that sucker up. I just want to teach you about how the dish works, in case you were curious. All right. And I haven't done this in a while, okay? We're going to add it to the cauldron. There we go. And now we're going to grab our belladonna. There we go. Grab our belladonna. Yoink. We're going to add that to the cauldron. And now we're going to lower the cauldron once more. And we're almost done. Turn that hourglass one more time. Yes, this is a process, but it's worth it. It is super duper worth it. Alright, waiting on the hourglass, and there we go. We're going to raise that cauldron back up, and now we're going to add this to the file. And now we have ourselves some Henry Fox potions. Yes, very good stuff. I'll show you what this does. I'll show you the tooltip and everything. Alright, there we go. Henry's Fox. Awesome. That's exactly what we want. Henry's Fox. Alright, good stuff. And, yeah. This is what you'll be crafting now for a little while if you want to level up alchemy further because you have so many heal potions. But let me just show you what this does. Where is it? We have Henry's Fox. And I'm going to show you why Strong Fox doesn't work also. That's my habit. So this increases speech by 7. Who cares about that? Let me move my text so you can read all the data. But it increases reading speed. Who cares about that? Increases the amount of experience gained by 50% for 2 in-game days. And we make 6 at a time, alright? Now, Strong Fox, if you don't have the level 16 perk, this is what Strong Fox does. It just increases your speech by 5 and increases your reading speed for a day. So you need to be level 16 to get this 50% XP gain. So if you're going to go do a bunch of combat, a bunch of grinding, a bunch of lockpicking, a bunch of anything, you chug this, and it's going to massively save you so much time. But as the title of this video states, this video is about power leveling your potion crafting. So all you got to do is, again, you chug one of these bad boys, you craft more marigold dedoctions, and there you go. But also, you would just chug this to level anything in the game. And so that's why I always recommend that people level up alchemy first as soon as the game lets you. That way you can get this Henry's Fox, and then you're all set for the rest of the game. You have plenty of heals. Like, I have 94 healing potions, strong ones. And, yeah, it's, like, I'm not gonna die ever. I'm just gonna chug heal potions the whole game and just be invincible. But yeah, that is it for the video. Hopefully you learned something. You learned the fastest way to do all the things. And check out my other Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 videos. They are some of the best you're going to find. I absolutely love min-maxing and breaking games like this down so much. And finding fun little speedrunner techs and whatnot. And yeah, that's all I really ask is that, you know, leave a like on the video. Leave a comment if you have any questions or if you can't get it to work. I read every comment. I have no life, no friends, no family. So, again, I don't mind at all. Leave a question about whatever, and I'll do my best to answer it. And finally, the last thing that I would ask of you, let me sleep till morning here so I have a nice good save, is that you just click the video on the right side of your screen. That's all that I ask. And if you do, the next time you go out in real life to eat food, not only are you going to be able to not have to wait in line as long as you normally do, but the food is going to be extra delicious, and you're just going to be, chef's kiss. So, normally I leave a curse at the end of the video, but I'm feeling good today, so I gave you a blessing instead. I'll see you on the next video.